We'll be beginning shortly in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and welcome to the Night Show! I'm your host, TK Diz, Isaac, Quickstep, Aeon, or you know what you can call me. I'm your Knight of Entertainment, the one, the only, the grand MC of this show. I welcome you back to our nightly journey of Final Fantasy 16. Right now, we're in the middle of helping Martha's rest its dilemma. The world's gone to hell, crystals are falling, we got monsters.
They're headed for the rest.
Oh, let's thin out this horde.
Slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
We laid waste to Bahamut, only Odin and possibly Leviathan stand in our way. Something about Leviathan, I keep thinking it should be here, but we get to see a dominant for it. I feel like I'm missing a detail.
Too slow.
New enemies. Oh my god, they turned the chocobos. Hashi, Ultima's dying now. Even if Ultima wasn't about to die anyways. You mess with the chocobos, you're dying. Kind of just letting me charge, huh? Alright, I guess that's as far as we can charge it. Let's fire Mega Flare! I'm not even sure we killed anything there.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything? Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Honestly, Wade really just feels like he's meant to be the Biggs and Wedge of the group. Well, him and Sir Tyler, just the only difference is Sir Tyler didn't make it to the fight.
Nice try.
Jerry, how them apples feel? This gives me an idea. We win.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Oh, no cutscene. I was gonna say I want to check something about our gear because I've noticed it doesn't seem to be switching through attacks automatically anymore. And I wonder it's because that only happened because we did gear.
Wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well,
That would be useful.
put it like that. Of course they can stay.
Quest complete. The Flames of War. The Guardian Scarf. A symbol of trust, loyalty, and undying friendship. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Always siblings.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the
Get a
finest.
squire? Interesting.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that...
He's very green, Annie.
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Aww.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Oh shit, we have a squire now.
I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You or my uncle.
Alright, I guess that means now we just have one less place to go to. The Dolomite Inn.
Cid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say
Is there someone just
yet to reach a consensus
dead
about
person
how to
in
solve
the background?
Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Predators?
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And
That's
what
fucking vicious.
happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Are you again?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Alright.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long
Well,
as
don't
they are divided,
hire mercenaries, hire us.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake,
Love it has a namesake.
he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
a recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own.
How does that work?
Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of
We
the
still
talking.
finished one
You need only
dilemma, now we're on the last one.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Alright, so let's go see if we can't get a reaction out of these people.
Picture it, Conrad.
I don't remember who the hell Victor is.
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men
Ooh,
left to hire.
Poetry had his own show.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses? There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Troy McClure mean anything to you? I don't know. He's in so many shows. Didn't he also used to date a fish named Selma?
What a shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would have...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most farmers could afford.
He really has no idea what he's talking about.
Time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever,
I feel like I'm missing which McClure you're talking about.
food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Brain knows is fucking with him.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike. She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
No, but...
Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
It appears I have no choice but to do.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury.
Wait, Marcus, you do realize you're talking... Troy McClure is the Simpson character. Are you trying to talk about Phil Hartman?
Be the bandits who found my
Who voiced him?
It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Alright. Protect the north gates from bandits. And the better question, are these going to be Akatosh bandits? Not, they look like normal.
No women folk have come so close.
Oh, there.
These are all yours.
So, yeah, it was about the Simpsons character. New enemy. Oh, that one thought he had a defense. Wind up? Ah, fuck, I'm gonna get knocked out of my wind up. Your poor shield. I can literally just hold this ability for, oh no, not forever. The fact that I can technically move means I don't technically have to stand still. Mega flare, bitch. We got a new trophy. Land 100 total hits with level 2 or higher Mega Flare. Let me see how long I can charge it for. I just need to get some distance. Damn. Only enough to get to one. Oh, no, I technically got two. Wait, what's the name of this guy I'm fighting? The Sultan? I'm fighting the Sultan. No, not the one I wanted to do. Mega Flare! And now wind up. How dare you? Oh, fuck, limit break. I'm sick of you. Boom.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Did we see the day?
I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That we've helped out all three cities.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least.
Which means now we can teleport to the hideout. And before we do that, unfortunately, we're going to have to go handle this weird science one first. Wait.
Did you see that?
Sometimes it really bothers me how slow these characters move.
right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Bomb ash.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Okay, Telemon, as in like Sid's last name.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
Everybody sounds so confused.
Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Treated potion satchel. Where the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of the satchel be kneeled into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory. So I'm guessing, what does that mean? We now have... Okay, we increased our inventory. So I guess that means now we can carry more potions at once? Okay, so yeah, now we carry more potions. Nice.
All this fuss over a few dark
So how often have we been using potions? I'll be honest, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nation's still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not
You
the
did?
skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet, and when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements.
Wait, 8 elements, let's see.
Clive.
Phoenix, fire. Garuda, wind. Ramut, lightning.
Special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there.
Odin, I'm guessing, is dark. Wait, no, let me try again. Phoenix, fire. Garuda, wind. Ramut, lightning. Titan, earth. Bahamut, darkness.
Several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs
No,
me,
Bahamut's light. Odin, darkness.
me as he did the boy.
Who's? That's only 6. Ifrit, if you count as another 5, is 7. But what element is Ifrit?
His mind's not properly attuned to your body.
I told you, water is a.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's
Well, there was.
flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so.
I will say this: if Ifrit counts as 1, then Leviathan has to be the 8th one.
Must find a means to bring it
What
into
element is Ifrit counted as 8 elements?
before I meet my own.
Unless there's a dominant I'm not thinking of. Wait, did I say Titan?
It was that or let him take Clive.
Phoenix is for fire. Garuda, wind. Titan, earth. Ramut, lightning. Bahamut, light. Odin, dark. Leviathan, water.
Joshua.
Oh yeah, Ifrit has to be added to the A, but what element is he?
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
How the hell are we gonna get to Camphor?
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map.
What how they mentioned? Of course,
Look
they asked the
here.
map.
This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound. You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separate.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Wait, why doesn't Shiva come with us? Why do we just get Joshua? I mean, I like that we're getting Joshua as our backup. And it seems there's also a side quest. Ooh, multiple side quests. Very many side quests. Alright, time to look into the side quests.
Seems the hideaway is
Blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be
Didn't
seen as
Ivan
playing
die?
favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Did help Jan.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
Tomes.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Praetors. Alright, sadly I will note that we're only going to be able to do so many of them at a time. Since you can only prioritize 3 quests.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
I'm gonna help.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Alright, well, since we're here, we'll talk to Tomes.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers.
We're gonna kill a dragon.
How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Okay.
There's a storm coming, Sid.
It seems the hideaway has lost its...
Yo, has he got a side quest for us?
What am I gonna do?
An eye for an eye.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. Yeah. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I'm not afraid of a lashing.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course.
Honestly, I'll admit, when we first met Goats, I honestly thought he was going to be a lot bigger of a character. Because, I don't know, something about him just... I felt like we were going to see more from him, but we haven't actually seen that much of him.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Raking.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Damn.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Alright, now let's talk to the kids. And well, I'm pretty sure we have more side quests. Since we can only, I think, do 3 at a time to prioritize, we are not gonna bother getting the... I was just about to run in here to find something we don't have.
Did you see that?
If I'm correct, isn't there supposed to be 3 quests? Or 4 quests? Maybe I collected them all and there's only 3. Unless there's one of those notices of one. We'll look into that.
Sid!
Out of your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We just dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three
He
need to
doesn't know.
learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Inspect the scales.
All right.
All right, guys, a sec. We're going to take a brief pause. I need to deliver something. I've seen some people do that as well. You guys still can hear me? Good. So I
Every
gotta
piece has
stop
its
and
own
deliver
role to
something.
play, and each is just as important as the others.
How does he know all
If
that?
even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Oh.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right.
You gotta make me wonder, how does he know all this?
Like a chocobo wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thing.
Whereas it's a scale, obviously we should be able to put them right back together. The pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
The fuck is a banger?
Bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
The gear. Gear's the only one I'm
This
confused
tiny
about.
piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts
Why do they have
all her inventions.
a health dungeon?
Round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Oh, Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledor's hairs.
Her hairs?
Heirs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
No.
With a little more help from Miss Middledor and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Either that, or he might have been just trying to see what to do if he didn't mention it. Alright. Well, looks like we can at least turn that quest in. Then I guess we'll see if... Because I thought there was more side quests.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Ah, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To
When did you
anyone
get that
else, it would be an
information?
opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter
Also,
pill.
we have not seen Mid
She
since the
was
first
none
sequence,
too
so I don't
keen to
really know if
swallow.
she's been...
But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Honestly, God, I feel like we have more gil than what we need to do with. Alright. Yeah, I'm almost positive if we go to the reading table, we're going to find more side quests. So let's go, since we've completed one of them. Get ourselves another side quest. Makes me wonder, what's the side quests? Humble request. The pen is mightier? Wow, that's weird. Master Clive, I apologize for this sudden and unforward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other than who I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing. Fear I am wholly unable to perform his vaulted expectations, namely due to a lack marked of martial aptitude in my part. To it I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness able to attend to the needs of the merit to the attending of bandits and back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If you please, my lord, further come and see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. All right.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
All right, let's go. Smooth like butler. All right. Oh, are you telling me we can't even go anywhere else right now? That's the second time that's happened to me. Why? Which makes me wonder, why the hell do you even make the side quests available at a time you can't even go and get them then? Weird beats. Guess first. Oh no, Jill is coming along.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be...
Did it really just say a new... Oh, but not kidding. New side quest.
Danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Kandor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Also, before I freaking forget, because I keep forgetting about it. Here. No. Where is it? Timely evasion, timely strikes. Yep, that's why I wasn't doing it, because we don't have that same one we had before. Now, let's see. I'm just seeing what we have that we can actually equip here. That's other crates. All these, like half these are abilities we don't use, or we don't really rely on. Alright. So yeah, I was right that we were saying that those rings, I mean, they're not necessarily, and honest to God, I could have gone without using that. I just found it very kind of fun and amusing that he would just go into the combos. That does make me wonder, what the hell did we have instead of that time? Also, since he seems to be doing it automatically, it kind of is adding a new flavor to my freaking fighting style. I have to know to change my moves on top of my head.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Sorry, I thought I was getting a message about something else. At least they're not. Knowing I can fly only is what allows me to do this. Also, knowing I can dodge while in Mega Flare. And now I'm used to Mega Flare. Can you be honest? I enjoy Mega Flare very much. Now let's see what the bad blood is.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood.
Oh, an ether flood right ahead. That does not sound good.
It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand the chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
And he's dead.
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Cougar.
Wait, is this one of Hugo's men?
Rest well, soldier.
Then again, this quest was called Bad Blood.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic is
Does that mean he was one of the Men of the Rocks?
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I got here in time.
He's my enemy. Honestly, I feel like I should be trying to upgrade this guy. I can just blast away at people with Mega Flare. I would love that. And now I'm a Firestorm. Give me a dark sorcerer, so I'll hand him his ass. Remote. Garuda. Phoenix. Titan. Wait. Garuda. Phoenix. Titan. Remote. Shiva. Odin. Bahamut. Oh. Now I think I know what I was missing from my next counting.
Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
It's weird that I just thought of that, but I just realized the one I was missing was Shiva. I don't think I counted Shiva. So that's why I was confused. Okay, I swear I could hear someone, but I can't see shit right now. He's definitely supposed to be over here. But where? Nope. Right there.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar. Son of a whore.
You're Sid. I was there, in Cosmos when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
You can barely
Your
stand.
wounds have healed and your head has cooled. Come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No.
Sure, I could turn him into XP, but...
Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid.
I almost feel like I should have killed him, but... You know, killing Guy when he's down on the ground anyways just doesn't feel right. Onward to town. But yeah, the moment he said Hugo's name, it made perfect sense that he would be the villain of this story. Again, the side quest was called Bad Blood. I couldn't see it any other way. There, XP. Come on. I missed being able to see that fight at random. Also, I just realized I'm just gonna go. But I'll let it go one. There's literally like just this guy left. There's no point in letting him live. Yeah, I'll be honest, I like using Bahamut's power.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne.
I really feel like we should have heard of them earlier then.
To its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt.
I'm not hearing how, though.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Oh, creepy weird ass scene with the king. I'm still disturbed, but I mean there should not be any children watching my shows, please. But it's still like a what the hell kind of scene was that?
Been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What did you... What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
I mean, is your cousin underaged?
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is...
Magus, were you present on last episode where the king was in a scene... This king of Waloed was in a scene with Benedicto, Hugo, and apparently his mother.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed.
Oh shit. That doesn't sound good.
So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Did he just kill them all? Well, I don't mean just the soldiers. I mean even the people who were in the council. I'm talking about the scene where literally, you know, they were all nude, Magus. So yes, oh yeah, he killed even the people on the council. Oh
the girl
shit.
is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father.
Wait, is he just here to kill Mid? Why is Mid of all people?
Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn.
Oh god, he's working with Ultima. Wait, we knew this. Why am I shocked?
Yes, Your Majesty.
He really is serving Ultima. But no, Magus, don't ever show a 13-year-old my... There's a reason, like, hell, especially as long as I've been playing this game, I think even Twitch itself does say this is for a mature audience. Good. Remember that if they ever ask to play Call of Duty.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons,
Did you just say Ken?
their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Nope. That's always good.
May I tell Yote of the lake?
The lake? Are we finally getting a reference to Leviathan? Because he said 8. As we counted from earlier, Gerudo's wind, Phoenix is fire,
Aspia are field.
Remut is lightning. Shiva is ice. Titan is earth. Bahamut is light.
To his sag Ilith.
Odin is darkness. That is only 7.
To defend its occupants.
Leviathan would be 8.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish.
And Leviathan would be water, which would make sense. It's one of the most iconic ways. We have literally wind, fire, earth. Water is the only one missing. Ice is almost never considered water. The only example I would ever say is in the cases against fire, like in Kingdom Hearts before they introduced water in 3.
Farewell, my lord.
Wait, why is she leaving? Why doesn't she get to come with us? He mentioned the lake and then now it's his brother's. But there's no reason we can't bring Yote with us. Let's have a party at 5.
Let's find our friends.
And there's side quests here.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Alright, I'll hunt your Avius.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovani, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Korava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Prioritize, let's see what will happen. Alright, I can see there's a side quest up there as well that I want to explore and go find out about.
Careful how you pack that leather.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant graybeard.
The university?
Did you just call himself a graybeard? Those guys are badasses. Don't mess with the graybeards.
The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man the kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Yeah, why not? Help the scholar with his studies.
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Alright, why not? At least these side quests, I'm pretty sure we can do. Alright, now let's see how far... Man, I'm gonna have to search for these.
How are those new boots treating you?
That's not something I was expecting. I was at least sure we were gonna find it when looking around, at least. Like we were gonna go to some zone.
So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes to Dallin.
Okay. Not how when you have so much to look around. Well, no matter, we'll check every section. On that note, I'm also going to do this just because I know we can't get to the quest anyways. Smooth like a butter, we're just going to unprioritize. So only these 2 are prioritized. Sometimes we have to go as high as possible, right?
Quarry's been hard to find since the skies turned.
Seriously, I really wish the loot was better in this game. How many times have we get... Oh, are these the stones? Wanders the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Have you noticed the Elder has been coughing less of late?
Yes. I hear Master Sildra.
Hope that ain't because of some point. Sorry, I guess we'll keep going higher. Now that I know we need to look out for like that rock thing, and it's also not going to show up on our thing. Alright, we did the north, so I'm guessing we're going to have to do a runaround. Looks like there's one right here as well. Guards of the crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother
Okay,
crystals.
now we got south.
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they?
Okay, now I'm guessing we're gonna have to find another way up, because...
How are those new boots treating you?
No, no, let's see what he says.
If it wasn't for those domed roofs protecting the stones from the elements, the truth of Tabor's history would have been lost centuries ago.
Didn't tell me much, but I mean, we at least know we got to go to look at the domes. Which, I mean, there's one right here, so this might be the last one. So where's Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessings and give her praise, gracious hands.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old
let's go
scholar before I forget everything I've read.
I really hope the game's not going to make us remember all that. Wait a minute. Wow, I didn't realize that is the person I was supposed to talk to.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Guardians of the Crystal?
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plain, I believe it was. Looks like they did.
Lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
It was the tillers of the land.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
It's possible maybe nobody's just reading them.
Perhaps.
I love the too many stairs.
Here, and thank you.
Goblin coin. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we have so many of those we could just sell. Alright, so it looks like regardless for our next bit, we're going to have to continue on anyways just to be able to do it.
How are those new...
Because correct me on this... I mean, I zoom out. The location is actually right there, which I'm guessing is we need to go through the Gilded Path to here and through Titan's Wake, and then we can go around. I'm not sure, but I don't actually think we can go through the feet. It's also something I just want to notice. Now the rest of our map's been opened up. Alright. To Martha's Rest. Time to focus on some side quests. And on that note, yeah, we'll go and do side quests. Where is it? Where is it? Smooth like a butler. Eye for an eye. Smooth like for a butler, since it's right here. You know, the sad thing is I didn't even think that we would have to run into here to find the butler. It just literally made the most sense.
My lord Marquis, it is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller...
And all we were supposed to do was try to help.
The realm threatens to drift into utter chaos.
Then again, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only one actual king who's still running around.
Believes there is a way to avoid this fate.
Because, I mean, the Emperor, the Dominion's leaders are dead. Or unconscious.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues.
The Empire, King of Olud is the only person. I mean, I'm assuming there's some nobles at least in charge of fucking...
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the
I don't know why I'm forgetting on his name.
In these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe.
The Council for the Dominion, nobody's leading Rosalia, especially since, you know, our dear old mom committed suicide.
Sent to investigate the Republic. The other, the old Imperial capital.
You know, despite the idea that some people say I should feel sad or depressed about that, I don't give a shit. The mom was a terrible, terrible person.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Alright. Now, looks like we're going to DeMille again. Man, our quests really love that place. Not as...
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
I swear, sometimes when you got a big open world map, it's so easy to get lost. Especially when your icons only apply when you're going to one location. God, I really wish Clive moved faster in like towns or something. Yeah, we're not going to look for Goots right now, though.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
And maybe we'll take that.
I don't know, suicide's never, and I'm not one to talk about that, but I think we've all, in one point or at least, will have lost someone.
Please, the
I don't know. Suicide's a hard topic to talk about. I'm not gonna try to get into it. Just, I'd say don't do it, but obviously that means nothing. But it never, to me, it always feels like it's to be something that's not ever a resort.
Blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Well, fuck. How's that protect feel under my flames? Especially when I got plenty of you guys. Charging me laser. Yeah, now that I know you don't have to be standing for this, this makes using Mega Flare a lot easier. Also, I'm technically allowed, I'm able to dodge. And what's going to happen when we get to? I'm firing mid lasers!
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Danimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
Unless they killed that one as well.
Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
No, they're not going to use it.
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Alright, so they said Northreach. And now, well, it looks confusing because we have multiple. Although I'm going to go for the one that looks 100 because it's closest. Alright, nearby. Where?
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
But then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great aunt.
I love it, he just admits that it's on.
yes, she is. The lady down
Again, why bother hiding that you're Clive Rossfield from one of your servants, family servants? Plus, I mean, if it's literally his aunt's servant, I wouldn't be surprised. Especially how honestly cool the uncle is. Maybe the aunt's also nice.
But all it earned me was a pummel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
You know, I will be honest, every time I hear the Gregorian, like, founder, it might just because I'm not trying to use all the active Time Lords every second now. But a lot of these terms just mean jack shit to me, especially, like, I get it, the active Time Lord is probably trying to fix that, but it doesn't come across as meaning much in the end.
This one's ours, pretty boy.
So I just feel like we keep relying on Bahamut's power right now, and I want to at least do a little bit of variety. Although I wouldn't mind charging for a bit. Just against the big guy, because if we can get Mega Flare focus on him, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's not exactly the most reliable one, because it hits all over, but still. When facing with a field of guys, I'll be honest, Mega Flare does not feel like it's a bad move. Spring Heel Jack. That was his name. I'm not gonna bother charging again. Boom. Wind up. Best ability.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford.
You know something's gotta be going wrong if that's the situation.
If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Pistolis as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him.
Damn.
If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Actually, no, fuck it. We'll go turn that in. We'll turn that in and then we'll call it for the night. I don't think this is going to lead to anything else. Yeah.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
And with that, we'll call it here for the night. We'll continue our side quests next time and more, and continue see if we're going to be spies now with all the cloak and daggers we got to do. I hope you enjoyed our show. Share, favorite, follow, like, spread it around. If you know others who be interested in my shows or interested in my show, send them my way. I'll happily entertain you all. Also, don't forget, subscribe. It can only help the channel. Until next time, this is the Night Show offline.